Hello, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jeremiah. I'll be taking the MMR for this morning. Are we together? If you can hear me, can you just please type yes? Anyone, please. Can we hear me? If you can hear me, yes. Yes. All right. Thank you very much. So, what do we have what trades are we looking at for this morning so as to take opportunities? So, let's start off with the fundamentals. Let's start off with fundamentals. Let's go over to Forex Factory and see what news we're expecting for today. All right. So for today, we have British pound news by 9 a.m. And then by 1:30 p.m., we have three news for US. Today's actually NFP, non-farm payroll, the first Friday of every month, an important day in trading. And then by 3 p.m., we have the card news, right? So now we'll go over to the chart and then we'll start looking at opportunities that would guarantee profits for us for today, all right? So let me move over to the charts. Today is NFP, very, very important day. Let me move over to the charts. So I'm going to start off with the USDPS. Going to start off with USDPs and then work our way to commodity and then to gold, right? So from for the USDPS, we'll start off with the US dollar. Remember, there is going to be news by 1:30. That has to be very strong in mind, right? So yesterday, day before yesterday, 2 days ago, we saw a bullish move in the US index. Very, very good. Now, just as to guide our thoughts, these are just simple steps that we can always use in order to pick how we would pick trades, right? So let me just quickly type it somewhere around here. So every time I intend to buy, I always buy because of one, two, or three of these reasons. Either because of one, two, or three of these reasons. Let me share them with us very, very quickly, then we'll move on. So if I am buying, it's either I am buying at um, horizontal, horizontal support. This is one reason why I can decide to buy. Another reason why I can also decide to buy is, sorry, another reason why I can also decide to buy is if price is moving in an uptrend. So this is reason number one. Another reason why I can decide to enter a buy trade is if price is moving in an uptrend, buy in an uptrend after a pullback. This is my second reason why I would enter a buy at any point in time. And then number three, the third reason why I would enter a buy, just emphasize on this, this is actually number one. Then the third reason why I would buy at any point in time is that I can decide to buy. Number three is that I can buy after the break and retest of the resistance, right? These are the three reasons why I would buy. The fourth reason is that why I'll buy is actually tied to news. If there's a good news for the news, then I'm buying. All right. These are the three reasons that guides my thoughts on the buy. The three reasons that guide my thoughts on the sell is just the flip of what I just wrote down here. So number one, I can decide to sell at horizontal resistance. That's my first reason. Number two is that I can also decide to sell. Number two, I can sell in a downtrend, after a pullback. See it? After a pullback, very, very good. I decide to sell again. That's another concrete reason for me to sell. And then the third reason why I would sell at any point in time is I can sell after the break and retest of a support. These are my three reasons to sell. The fourth reason is actually to sell after a news. All right. So these are the things that guide my thoughts, either to buy, either to sell at any point in time. All right. So US index have been going up for a few days now, and then today we expect it more of the time to consolidate due to the news that will be coming out later today. So there will be opportunities for day traders, short day trades, when we see some very fantastic moves, all right, before the news comes out. So on US index going up, and then right now it's pulling back a little bit. So let's see how this applies on every USD pair. The first one is NZD USD. So NZD USD, because US index is in an uptrend, NZD USD would be in a downtrend. So it's a no-brainer, very short trades. You can still get a few pips from this, very, very fantastic. So right now, as in line with those rules that I talked about, this is a clear downtrend, all right? This is a clear downtrend. I'm presently on the 15 minutes time frame of NZD USD. I can see a downtrend, and then this is also a clear pullback. So price has been pushing down, and then there's a clear pullback. So there's clear reasons why I can day trade on NZD USD before the news comes out. So it's a direct sell for me. This is a direct sell trade for me. Yeah. Then I'll just put my stop a little bit above and TP down. Between now and 130, before 130, I should be out of this trade and then reposition for my news. So NZD USD, because it's in line with my plans for a sell. You see, my reason for sell here, sell in a downtrend after a pullback. So NZD USD, 15 minutes time frame, downtrend. There's already a pullback already. So it's a direct sell. So I'm sold already, and I've put my stops above the previous lower high, right? Next is British pounds USD. British pounds USD, right? So British pounds USD is going through, the major move is an uptrend. Major move is an uptrend, but because USD index has been strong for a long while, it has experienced a great fall. So major move is still an uptrend based on the higher time frame. All right. So swing traders will be looking for more buy opportunities. To be very clear for swing trades, once this level is taken out by price, all right, then we can begin to look for a longer shots. Now, how do we day trade British pounds USD? Let's move over to the 1 hour time frame and see if it's supporting any of our reasons. So on the H1 time frame, we can see a clear downtrend that has moved down to support. So all of this move here will still be seen or taken as a pullback for the whole of this downtrend. You see, this is a lower high, and then this is a lower low. All right. So to sell, I would want the British pounds index, sorry, the British pounds USD to end this pullback. How do I position for it to end this pullback? Very, very simple. That pullback on 1 hour, by the time we move to 15 minutes, it must have created a supposed uptrend. Now, we know that the most important part of an uptrend is actually the higher low. So where's the last higher low of this instrument? The last higher low is here on 15 minutes time frame. This is the last higher low. So to position for a sell, I would prefer to use a sell stop here at the last higher low of the 15 minutes of British pounds USD. so that when that pullback ends of the 1 hour time frame, if it continues on the downtrend, it should easily take out this higher low and then switch to the downtrend. That is how I'll be planning for a sell for British pounds USD. Sell stop below the last higher low to target the continuation of that downtrend. Now, if it does not pick my sell stop and then it continues to go higher, fantastic. Then we can have other plans as well. Now, as we know, the most important part of a downtrend, the most important part of a downtrend is the lower high. Where is the last lower high of British pounds USD? The last lower high of British pounds USD is here. This is where the last lower high is. So it is not yet confirmed to me as an uptrend, except price takes out this lower high. So there's still more room for, for the pullback to go higher. What if this pullback goes way higher? If it goes way higher, fantastic. Then I will simply move my sell stop of the 15 minutes time frame to the last higher low of that 15 minutes. So let's say it goes higher, it does something like this, just for clarity. It moves up and then it goes higher again. And then I can see another higher low, and then it moves higher again, just like something like this. All I need to do is to now move my sell stop that I have here. I'll simply move it to the last higher low of this 15 minutes, because the break of the higher low of that pullback signifies the continuation of that trend. It is very, very simple. That's how I'll be approaching the British pound USD, right? So Euro USD should also be moving in a downtrend because of the strength of the dollar, right? So before the news comes out, what positions can we get on Euro USD? It's simple. We simply need to use a pending order. So right now it is consolidating. It is consolidating. So price can use consolidation as its pullback. More often than not, it's not every time that it goes straight down on a trend or straight up on a trend. It can form consolidation and then still move in that same direction. Now, for me, anytime I see consolidation, I'm thinking of two things. How is the consolidation like? So I'll give us a very quick understanding of it. So a consolidation like this, anytime I see a consolidation that is close like this is what I call close range consolidation. I have a different plan for it as to when I see a consolidation that is very, very wide. So where are my lines again? Okay, I have to do that again. So if I see a consolidation that is close like this, I have a different plan for it as to when I see a consolidation that is as wide as this. See, so they are both consolidations, but one is wide and then one is narrow. One is wide range, the other one is close range. So anytime I see the market consolidating that way, what I normally do more often than not is to, if the consolidation is a close range like this, I don't trade in between the consolidation. I will simply put a buy stop above here. I will put a buy stop above the consolidation, and then I will put a sell stop below the consolidation, a sell stop below the consolidation. All right, because I need markets to now pick me on the right direction. So once it picks one, and then I'll go ahead and delete the other one. That is if the consolidation is close range like this. But if the consolidation is wide, meaning if I see a consolidation that is as wide as this move like this, I will trade inside of the box. All I need to do as well is to use a pending order. Would have a sell limit here. I'll have a sell limit at the top here, and then I would have a buy limit here. I would have a buy limit here, right? That is how I would plan for consolidation. Wide range, sell stop, sorry, sell limit, buy limit, close range, buy stop, sell stop. Now, between these two consolidation I just described, the one Euro USD is going through on 1 hour time frame is the close range consolidation. Very simple. So what do I need to do? I need to just simply set a buy stop above here and then a sell stop below here. Then I can now set the TP of the buy stop above and set the TP of the buy stop above and then set the TP of the sell stop below. I can as well use the sell stop as stop loss for the buy stop and the buy stop for the sell stop of the sell stop, stop loss of the sell stop. Or either way, I can just set these two. Whichever one picks, I would then delete the other. It's the same way when it was consolidating. See, when it was consolidating here, this was another example of close range consolidation. All right. So I'm not just giving us trade ideas. I'm also showing us how you can easily generate it. So you see, this is an example of close range consolidation. All we need to do anytime we see it like this, just put a buy stop above and then a sell stop below. See, who has that? Once you do that, the market will easily pick one for you by itself. Once it picks one, you will delete the other, then you move ahead with your, what is it called? It's your trade, right? So Euro USD, buy stop, sell stop, all right? AUD USD, quickly move to AUD USD as well. AUD USD, okay, so AUD USD 2 is doing the same thing as the NZD USD. So let's scale down to a smaller time frame to look for opportunities. All right. This is a downtrend, but in a consolidation. What type of consolidation is this? Is a close range consolidation. How do you approach? Buy stop above, sell stop below. It's as simple as that. Remember, different setups on the chart require different type of approach. So anytime the market is consolidating in a close range like this, and you put a buy stop above the consolidation, remember our rule here, you are trying to buy after the break, not necessarily the retest of a resistance. So once price breaks a resistance, you change it to a turncoat support. See, and then when you put a sell stop below the consolidation, you are trying to sell after the break of the support. So it's all still in plan with our strategies, right? So close rate consolidation on AUD, USD, buy stop and sell stop, right? USD CAD. Let's move again to USD CAD. Now we know that today there's going to be news for both USD and CAD. Now USD CAD is a direct uptrend. It's a very fantastic pair, one of the easiest pairs to trade right now. What do I mean? If you check it from the much higher time frame, let's go to the daily time frame, you see that it's just moving from a support level. If you scale down, you see it's moving in an uptrend, in a very fantastic and clear uptrend. You see this is higher high, this is higher low, see, and then it has moved higher to create a new higher high. Now, as expected, in line with this rule here, you can see number 2, buy in an uptrend after a pullback. So following that rule strictly on USD CAD, if we're looking for buy scenarios, we are expected to see a pullback and then we'll continue to buy. That's very clear. Now, how do we position for it on the lower time frame? All right. So let me go over to the lower time frame. Every time it does a pullback, it's a period to enter a buy. It's a straight clear period to enter a buy. The only thing that my distort our technical analysis for USD CAD is just the news that will be coming out later today. That's all. That's the only thing that is most likely going to, disturb it. But before then, how do you approach it if you are going to day trade? If you are going to day trade, there's a clear, chance on USD CAD on 15 minutes. All right. So on 15 minutes, we can see a clear uptrend, and then this is higher, higher low. It's no brainer. It is part of our analysis. All right. It is part of our setup. Buy in an uptrend after a pullback. So for me, on 15 minutes USD CAD, I can see a pullback. How do I confirm this pullback has ended? There are many ways to do that. One of the ways is that once price pulls back to 50% of the previous move, and then you see a bullish candle. All right. So if I'm going to label this 15 minutes chart, if I'm going to label this 15 minutes chart, I will say this is higher high and then this is higher low. So what do I need now? I just need a bullish candle to close here. I need a bullish candle to close here if I am very, very, very conservative, right? So if I am very, very conservative, I need the close of a bullish candle anywhere around here on USD CAD 15 minutes, and then I can easily enter my buy, simply enter a buy, and then my stop would be below, and then my TP would be above. You see, that's how to approach it from the 15 minutes time frame to day trade it before the news comes out. So I will just keep my eye on USD CAD because we already have a trade on NZD USD in order to manage risk properly and be wise with our trades. To enter USD CAD, let's just simply wait for the end of this pullback, and then we can enter our buy. Then we can enter our buy. All right. Now, let's scale down. So we'll come back to check USD CAD if time permits us before the end of the chart, the trades. All right. So let's move over to another pair again, USD JPY, the same sentiment as USD CAD. So this level is a very important level on the USD JPY, which is this is the last lower high of the daily time frame. See, it's the last lower high of the daily time frame. So we want to be careful around there. Number one, we can see reasons to buy. Our reasons to buy will simply be a break and a retest of this level. Then we can begin to scale in for us to buy. See, once we see something like this, we can begin to buy. That is on the long-term side. On the short-term side, because more often than not, it's still moving in an uptrend with only position for buys, right? For buys. So if we had started this analysis earlier, and we can see this close range consolidation, so when this close range would have been very easy for us to just put a buy stop and a sell stop below, and then price would easily pick one of these positions for us for day trade. But for proper entry, this is higher high, higher low. A pullback into any of this area, either by news or not, would give us a better entry to further push higher, as long as price is not taking out the last higher low. And where's the last higher low? Is here. So this is how I would be approaching my USD JPY. All right. Now, let me touch on 3 to 4 more pairs, and then I'll move to gold and the indices pairs. All right. So Euro CAD. Let me move to Euro CAD. All right. So Euro CAD, has a fantastic setup for a day trade for a buy. Why? Because it has fallen down to a support. Now, remember we said that the most important part of a downtrend is the lower high. The most important part of a downtrend is the lower high. And where is the lower high, the last lower high on this chart? This is the last lower high on this chart here, because this is the one that created the last lower low. Now, has price gone above the last lower high? Yes, it has. So you see price has gone above the last lower high. So we expect price to go higher and give us pullbacks and then continue on its way higher. All things being normal, that is how I would be approaching the euro card because it has taken out lower high. It has gone through an area where it's not supposed to do that. So I would only be looking out for buy positions. As you can see, for those of us who understand patterns, you see that this is a form of inverse head and shoulder pattern. So this is shoulder. This is the shoulder S1. That is shoulder one, and then this is the head over here. This is the head. Let me represent it as H. Sorry, excuse me. This is the head. Let me represent it as H. And then this is the left shoulder. Say this is S2. This is S2, right? Now, what is the most important part of this pattern is always the neckline. And where is the neckline? In this case, right now, it is the last lower high, which is here. That is the neckline of this pattern. So, and price has gone above it. So, I had a buy stop here from yesterday, and this is a buy stop. All right, and then I expect it to go higher. Then I would close my trades in profit. So Euro card position for a buy for day trade. All right, AUD card. Let's look at what AUD card is doing. AUD card is simply consolidating, but what kind of trend can we see? We can see a downtrend for short-term trade. But let's take a look at it from higher time frame to get a more clearer picture. So the higher time frame is going through an uptrend. So more often than not, it's wise to trade in line with the higher time frame. So according to this higher time frame, this is still an uptrend. If that is an uptrend and then the hourly time frame is going through a downtrend, then it is pulled back for the higher time frame. How do you position? If you want to properly position, because position is more important than just entering. The area where you are entering a trade from is more important than pressing the buy or the sell. How do we position for a buy? If you are going to position for a buy, you have multiple options, but let me point out two very fast. This area is the last lower high of the sell trade. This is, this place here. The last lower high of the sell trade is a good place to put a buy stop. See? So as to target the continuation of that higher time frame. Clear? It's a good place to put buy stop. Or number two, if I'm going to position for a buy again, this level of support here is another good area to put a buy limit. That is how I am going to position for a buy. If I am going to sell, I must be aware that I'm selling the pullback of the higher time frame. That must be very, very clear. It must be very, very clear that I'm selling the pullback of the higher time frame. So let me go now. I would say simply use this top level here as my stop loss. I will put this level here as my sell stop, as my stop loss, and then I will just target 1:1. Very simple. That is how I'll be approaching it. But more often than not, it's always wise to align your trades with the higher time frame. All right. So that's how I'll be approaching the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar. All right. So now let's move over to gold. Let me move over to gold. All right. So gold, I have multiple approach to gold. Now, very concretely, let me establish once again that the news is more often than not going to affect gold trades. Whatever it is that we are doing now, it is technical analysis for the London section. So we want to trade the London section for gold. Now, gold also move very, very fast. So using the 1 hour to trade London section alone for gold is too much. We can start our analysis from here and then work our way down. We only need few pips and then we are fine. So let's utilize this short move on gold. If I highlight this area, by the time I scale down to a much lower time frame, it would have given me a clear downtrend. So let's move over to a much lower time frame. If I move over to time frame like 5 minutes time frame now, I would see a clear downtrend. You see, that's a very short time frame. So how do I approach gold right now? I always prefer to use a pending order for gold. It makes more sense to me. Simply use a pending order for gold. So in order to day trade gold, since I can see a clear downtrend, I'm going to take this as a pullback. All of this move now is a pullback because the last lower high for gold on this downtrend is this level. So I'm taking all of this as pullback, right? So it will look more of scalping than day trading on it, right? So if I'm going to sell, I will sell now. If I sell now, I'll simply put my stop above here and then my TP below here. Simple. That is a quick 1:1 or 1:2. To even get further clarity, I can move over much lower again, you see, to the presently on the 1 minute time frame. See clear reasons why I should sell. See, I can see a touch 1, 2, 3. So if I would sell now, I'll simply put my stop above here and then my TP down below here. That is how I would day trade gold. Now, for the longer move for gold, gold is presently in an uncharted environment. If the news for USD will come out by 1:30, the same approach for both gold and US 100, if I'm going to enter it, it's very simple. I'll simply just position with a pending order, a buy stop and sell stop, right? That is the longer time trade for gold. Moving down to when there will be news, because more often than not, anytime there's going to be news for what is it for gold or for this instrument, the market tends to consolidate more. The market tends to consolidate more anytime news is about to come out. So once I see a very close range consolidation, I'm simply using a buy stop and a sell stop, right? So it's more often than not the same approach for the indices. You see, the indices is going through consolidation. Right now, to trade this during the London section, I will start my analysis from H1 and then move over lower to the 15 minutes time frame, or even as low as the 5 minutes time frame to look for opportunities. This would have been giving me a clear uptrend on a much lower time frame for US 100. If I am going to day trade it before the news comes out, you see, so I can see the break of a lower high and a clear uptrend. What do I need to do to day trade it few minutes before we move over to the New York section? I'll just enter a direct buy and target a simple 1:1. That is how I will be day trading US 100 before the news comes out. The second approach is I'll simply wait until when few minutes before the news will be out. So few minutes before the news will be out, I expect it to consolidate more. See, I expect it to have a more consolidating move. Now, if that is going to happen, for example, let me paint a supposed picture of that. Yeah, like, something like this now. All of this move is due to a news event, you see. But before the news, consolidation, very clear. So the news is expected to move the market up very well or down very well, as the case may be, if it is a more good news, bad news. And then sometimes it can make it, just consolidate. All right. So if it is going to move higher very fast due to the news, a few minutes before the news, whatever it is the current market price is, I can easily use a buy stop and a sell stop. So because most times before we go over to Forex Factory, check the results of the news and come back to the chart, the move has already happened. So more often than not, because today is NFP, first Friday of the month, just simply use a buy stop and a sell stop. See it, then you'll be able to, it should pick you in the direction, then you'll be able to capitalize on the move. That is if you want to trade it for the sake of the news. But if you want to trade it now, to just day trade before you get out, it's a buy. Just simply enter a buy and take a quick 1:1, right? So this is also the same approach to US 30. Same anything you do for US 100 for today, you can do the same thing for US 30. All right. And then before I touch on oil, there's one other currency I would also like to point out to us, which is the Euro Australian dollar. Euro AUD is also another fantastic pair. We can easily trade for the rest of the week down till next week if we have the ability to do that, right? So look at Euro AUD on the daily time frame. You see, has gotten back to a support, a very strong support, and then we can see a clear sign of a bullish engulfing setup. See, there's a bullish engulfing setup here, confirming a possible reversal, just as what it has done here. Just as what it has done here. Where's my shapes? Arrow. Yeah, you see it. So remember what our requirements for setups are. We go back to one of the requirements of setup: buy at horizontal support. See it? So because we have that buy at horizontal support, see, and then this is also at support, you can see I've already taken my buy position already. So this is more often than not likely going to be a swing trade for me. Now, those of us who want to day trade it, and enter the trade when the move is happening already, we'll simply scale down to a much lower time frame, and then we'll now begin to see the break of previous lower highs. So you see, in the previous downtrends, the last lower high we can have here is what we have here. This is the last lower high. Now, that created this last lower low. Has price gone above it? Yes. Is price consolidating now? Yes. Now, remember, consolidation can also be the pullback of a trend, more often than not. So if you want to join right now, you can see a close range consolidation. So close range consolidation, very simple. You just need to approach it. Look at the consolidation here. This is a consolidation, and this is a close range consolidation. How do we approach it? Just simply put a buy stop here. Just use a buy stop above that consolidation. So once the move continues, you can easily pick us for a buy. I believe everybody should be able to make money from this instrument, Euro AUD. It's very, very simple to trade right now. Just put a buy stop above that consolidation of 1 hour time frame, and then we can easily capitalize on the move when it is happening. All right. So I've not just showed us opportunities that we can take later today, next week. I've also showed us how you can easily generate yours. Right. So let me take a few questions that I have here, a few requests that I have here, and then we'll continue. What's your advice on the news direction on Euro USD, JPY? Whatever the assumption is before the news, it is still an assumption. If you are not on the trade already, then you have better advantage. All you need to do, in line with the news for Euro USD and USD JPY, all we need to do, few minutes before the news, just use your pending orders, buy stop and sell stop to target the continuation or the direction of the news. Let the news be the one to pick you in by itself, right? Please check US 100. Yeah, I've done that already. Is there any message from here again? Okay, no. Those are all message we have, right? So let us begin to scale in. Okay, yeah, somebody's requesting for British pounds JPY. British pounds JPY. It's also very simple to trade right now. British pounds JPY. So British pounds JPY. British pounds fell yesterday due to some factors that affected the currency. But if we look at it from, JPY is a pair that has been very simple to trade for a while now, but now it's beginning to show another very clear evidences of concrete moves. Now, how me I'll be approaching British pounds JPY, and anything that has JPY in it, we know that the news for USD would also affect JPY. Why? Because JPY is the only safe haven currency that we have right now. All right. So very simple. If I scale down, I will simply use my pending order because the higher time frame is pushing higher. How do I think in line with the higher time frame? I simply also need to see how I can position for the buy. How do I position for the buy? This is a clear downtrend. You see it on 15 minutes, which is serving as pullback for the higher time frame. Where is the last lower high? It is here. All I need to do is to just put a buy stop in. Just put a buy stop above that consolidation of the 15 minutes pullback. Simple. So if it continues in line with the direction of the higher time frame, I would have a buy direction for me already. Right? That is how I'll be approaching the British pound USD. All right. So thank you very much for our time for today. Those of us who are asking questions that we have talked about already. So at the end of this um, live section, the video will be available on YouTube. You can please go and check it out so as to get answers to your questions all over again. All right. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Jeremiah, and then we'll do some other time. Thank you very much.